If you play the social media game, you know that when Instagram puts out a new feature, the best thing to do is to start using it immediately. Instagram loves to boost users who engage with their next big thing. At least, this is what the social media gurus on YouTube tell us. So when Instagram started Reels, we all started posting Reels. And when Instagram made guides, yeah, remember guides? Everyone started making guides of their favorite photos. And say what you want about how you're an artist, not a social media manager, and you shouldn't have to keep up with the algorithm to get recognized for your talent. We know, okay? Keeping up with the algorithm is a pain. No one likes it. No one is taking behind-the-scenes video of every single photo shoot and posting daily on 5 different platforms because they feel it's their true calling as an artist. But we want our work to be seen, and so we do it. So of course, when Instagram made Threads, we all hopped on Threads. And for a while, for a short, glorious while, my Threads feed was pretty much all just other photographers complaining about their clients. I am kind of joking, but it was mostly folks posting relatable content that was a little more candid than usual, because Threads had so few users at one point, they didn't really expect anyone to see it. And that was nice. But, of course, we can't have a social media platform that is just nice, can we? Where's the money? When was the last time that you posted on BeReal or Mastodon? Nah. So Instagram added a monetization program that pays people to post on Threads. Rather, it pays people to go viral on Threads. And with a new incentive to please the algorithm beyond just internet points, the game was on. Wait, what do you mean Threads has an engagement bait problem? Apparently, the Threads algorithm prioritizes posts with lots of comments and replies over posts with lots of likes or reposts. So the metric you want to focus on is comments. And how do you get people to comment? You ask open-ended questions or you make inflammatory statements. So now my entire Threads feed is just open-ended questions and inflammatory statements. And content creators bragging about how much money they've made posting on Threads. I swear Threads wants these types of posts to go viral so that everyone is aware of how much they're missing out on by not posting enough open-ended questions and inflammatory statements. Also, copy and pasting other people's engagement bait works just as well, apparently, so there's a lot of copy-paste content too. So in today's video, I am going to talk about the many varieties of engagement bait targeted at photographers on Threads. And I'll show you some examples that have come across my feed. Just a fun little video expressing frustration at a problem that I'm sure many Threads users are aware of. I don't have a ton of bandwidth this week. I covered Vancouver Fashion Week, and before that LA Fashion Week, and before that a series of conventions, and I'm covering conventions all week this week too, so I'm pretty tired. I didn't have a lot of time to write the well thought out video essay that I was sort of hoping this topic could bloom into, and so this is what you get instead. But you still gotta like and subscribe. Thank you very much. I still need engagement, even if this video is making fun of engagement bait. And a disclaimer, I am not above this, y'all. I am posting open-ended questions all day long on Threads. I have no shame, and I love the engagement. And I will unabashedly answer blatantly baity posts all day long. It's like my new hobby. So this video is not meant to shame anyone, except for the people who post inflammatory statements. Those people are really annoying, but get your bag. I just think it's funny to talk about. So without further ado, let's talk about the archetypes of photography engagement bait on Threads. Starting strong, this is the ultimate engagement bait question directed at photographers on Threads right now. It is looking for a photographer. And that's it. There are thousands of these posts, and they literally never have a location, a time, a date, a budget, nothing. It's just looking for a photographer for my family session, looking for a photographer for my brand, looking for a photographer to follow me around all day and document my life. Where are you located? Who are you? At first, I was responding to all of these. Like, damn, I didn't know that I could get work on Threads. Look at this brand new lead gen. No. Pretty quick, I started seeing this second comorbid variety of engagement bait posts. And that is posts that are calling out these looking for photographer posts. And eventually, I started seeing more of these call out posts than the original looking for a photographer post. So this post is something like, y'all ain't looking for a photographer, you just want engagement. The first time I saw one of these, I was like, oh, is that what this is all about? That's why nobody's ever replied to me when I've dropped my information in the comment section. But then I saw more and more of these call out posts, and now I'm like, damn, y'all ain't calling people out for wanting engagement, you just want engagement. It is easy engagement to call someone out on something annoying. And so now everyone is posting about how annoying this is while also engaging with the looking for a photographer posts to call them out for being vague and not posting location information. For a few days, this was my entire feed. It was just looking for a photographer and y'all ain't looking for a photographer. I'm a photographer, I'm here if you're looking for me. That fad has now died down slightly, and we have a new variety of engagement bait posts that have taken up the reins. And this post is looking for photographers to follow / create community with / photographers tap in. These posts invite photographers to respond with their best work, links to their Instagram or portfolios. The poster will then take the time to respond to each comment, thus doubling the number of comments on the post. I think that this is a nice thing to do because when I reply to one of these posts, I feel seen and appreciated, and I do be replying to these posts. This is one variety of engagement bait posts that I do consistently engage with because more eyes on my work can't be a bad thing, right? But the next few varieties of posts get a bit more controversial. Some of these are creeping into the inflammatory statement category. We have photographers, what are your rates? There's so many posts that are some variation of this, either asking what a photographer should charge, whether a photographer is charging too much, or what other photographers do charge. These ones annoy me because they are so open-ended. Like, do you want me to drop my entire price structure here? Should I send you all of my pricing PDFs for different services? Do you want me to explain my add-on charges and retouching fees? Like, there's a character limit on Threads. Which rates do you want? I suspect that very few of the people making these posts actually want to know what other people's rates are, because if they had a use for that knowledge, they would be more specific about the knowledge that they need. Rather, I think a lot of these folks know that this is a baity question because photographers love to argue about what they charge. I have had other photographers get mad at me for undercharging because it makes it harder for them to get work at their higher price point. Like, buddy, I don't have anything to do with you struggling to get work while charging $875 for a 15-minute mini session. But see, I'm taking the bait. I'm engaging. It always works, but the conversation on these threads is so annoying. Even more annoying is the next variety of threads, which is arguably the most annoying, and that is controversial opinions. These posts are annoying because they're so obvious, right? Like, someone will randomly, out of the blue, make a statement that offends most photographers. It's like standing in a room full of people who also work in your field and yelling out, "I think everyone is doing the wrong thing," and then standing there and smiling while everybody looks at you. The worst part is that other photographers will reply to these posts as though they're serious, and then quote tweet them, quote thread them, reply to them. It is so dumb. If this video has any point at all, it is to tell you to please stop engaging with other photographers' controversial opinion posts. Just stop. Ugh. Okay. Next up, we have useless discussion questions. Okay, so I get that this one is pretty broad. And it's broad because like half the posts on Threads are useless discussion questions. This is probably the most common form of engagement bait on Threads right now, not just for photographers, but in all communities and on a variety of topics. But while all discussion questions could be categorized as engagement bait, useless discussion questions are a particularly frustrating form of engagement bait because some discussion questions produce thought-provoking insight into other people's creative processes, insider knowledge about their corner of the industry, and other discussion questions, useless ones, tell you information that nobody cares about. Like what someone else's favorite aspect ratio is. Like, why do you want this information? Why do you care? You don't. And if you don't care about the answers to the questions that you're asking, engagement, I get it. Okay, the final type of engagement bait that grinds my gears, and this one really gets me, it is the here's how much money I make type post. Posts like this are a menace. They are annoying, but they are also bad for my mental health. These posts are not exclusive to photographers. There's gurus in pretty much every industry who do this, where they will hop on Threads to try to sell a service or course or whatever, and they will start with, here's how I made 6 figures, or my client just landed a $30,000 brand deal. Everyone is making more money than me. It's really good to know. And I hate that this is done in an attempt to sell me something. You would think that if your 6-figure photography business was really a photography business, you wouldn't be wasting your time on here trying to teach me how to make a 6-figure photography business. You would be out doing photography. I think that your 6-figure photography business is actually a 6-figure sham coaching business. And I already dedicated the better part of an entire video to calling out photography gurus who do this. It's on all platforms, but I never used to see it on Threads in the early days of Threads when Threads was just nice. And now I see it all the time, and it makes me mad. That is all for today's video. Thank you guys for listening. This was just kind of like a big rant. I've been on Threads a lot recently. Like, because I've been traveling, right? So, you know, you're waiting for the airplane to take off. You can't take out your computer to be editing. The airplane mode doesn't have to be switched on quite yet. So you're on Threads. Or or you're waiting for a client to show up, you're on Threads. Or you're waiting for a client to get changed midway through a photo shoot, you're on Threads. Like, I'm on Threads a lot. There's a lot of little pockets of time that I can't find a productive use for, and screenshotting other people's threads has felt as productive as possible, knowing that they're gonna be used for this video. So now I'm gonna have to think about a new Threads related video so I can keep on with my screenshotting activities. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and it will probably be another while before I upload another one, but this is what I was able to get out today. So thank you. You can remember to like it. You subscribe to my channel for new photography related content every few weeks or so. Almost every week. I'm gonna be back to doing them almost every week in December. I will see you next week, realistically the week after, with a new video. And in the meantime, I want you guys to stay sharp and don't forget to keep shooting. Bye guys.